A truly optimal homestead operates on a synthesis of meritocracy, hierarchy, collectivism, and self-sufficiency, what I would call integral pragmatism. It is not bound by rigid ideological dogma, but instead structures itself around fundamental natural laws. Competence determines authority, responsibility accompanies privilege, and the well-being of the collective does not come at the expense of individual excellence. It is a system designed for maximum stability, efficiency, and long-term sustainability. The father is the sovereign authority of the homestead, not a tyrant, not an absentee wage slave, but the cornerstone of order and vision. His role is both protector and strategist, ensuring the survival of the family through foresight, discipline, and enforcement of structure. He does not rule arbitrarily. His leadership is based on proven capability. If he is weak or incompetent, his authority is questioned and the system begins to degrade. Strength and wisdom are not optional, they are required. The mother is not a secondary figure, but a co equal in her domain. She is the administrator, the internal stabilizer, ensuring that daily operations of the homestead function efficiently. She is not competing with the father for dominance. She complements his strengths with her own. The father is external facing, dealing with long-term survival, trade, security, and infrastructure. The mother is internal facing, managing logistics, organization, health, and the psychological cohesion of the family unit. Without her, the system collapses into chaos. The children are not equal in role or responsibility, but they are equal in opportunity to prove themselves. The oldest are naturally given more authority, but only if they demonstrate competence. They are trained in responsibility, expected to help maintain the homestead while learning self-discipline and critical thinking. No one is given blind favoritism. If one child excels, that child is given more responsibility and more privileges. If another child refuses to contribute, they receive proportionally less from the collective resources. Meritocracy ensures the system rewards effort and discourages stagnation. This is not capitalism, where greed and selfish accumulation lead to internal division. Nor is it socialism, where the strong are shackled to the weak and burdened by dead weight. It is a natural order structured around competence, contribution, and stability. The homestead does not redistribute resources equally, but allocates them efficiently. If one child is particularly adept at hunting, that child will be entrusted with more responsibility in providing food. If another excels in craftsmanship, they will be responsible for tool making and repairs. Each contributes according to their strength, and no one is allowed to free ride. Laws and traditions exist not as arbitrary rules, but as codified survival strategies. Weakness is not coddled, but corrected. The lazy do not inherit the same rewards as the diligent. Sacrifice and discipline are expected, and entitlement is crushed before it can take root. The family is not a democracy. It is a structured hierarchy where leadership is earned through wisdom and competence. Now scale this to a nation. The country that follows this model thrives. The leader is not elected through popularity contests and empty promises, but through demonstrated competence. Weak rulers do not last because the system demands efficiency and strength. Just as the father leads the homestead with discipline and foresight, the nation's leadership must operate on long-term strategy, stability, and self-sufficiency. The citizens of this nation are not viewed as isolated economic units, nor as helpless dependents waiting for government handouts. They are part of a structured, interdependent society. Those who contribute more, scientists, builders, warriors, strategists, are given more authority and resources. Those who refuse to contribute are not coddled. They are either corrected or left behind. No forced equality, only fair and logical distribution based on merit and necessity. The economic system of such a nation does not function on debt-based usury or predatory capitalism. Trade exists, but it serves the national interest first. Resources are not handed over to international conglomerates. National self-sufficiency is prioritized. A homestead does not allow outsiders to dictate how it runs its affairs, and neither does the nation. The culture of this nation mirrors the family structure: discipline, duty, and unity. The people are not mindless consumers, but active participants in a civilizational mission. The state does not enforce mediocrity, it cultivates excellence. Just as a homestead raises children with a sense of purpose, the nation raises its people with a mission. This is the optimal system. It is not theoretical. It is a refined synthesis of the most effective survival strategies that have ever existed. The family is the first nation, and a well-run homestead is the prototype of a successful civilization. When a nation follows these principles, it thrives. When it abandons them, it collapses, just like a broken homestead, reduced to infighting, inefficiency, and decay.